So the roofers are finally done. It took them almost 2 weeks to give me a new roof and new gutters because they actually forgot the gutters on the first quote and they had to come back and do the gutters. And then while they were doing the gutters, they broke a window. So it took 2 weeks for them to finish the roof, which took 4 days, and the gutters, which took another 4 days, and to fix the window. So it's going to be in the 40s later this week. And so I'm going to start bringing in my worm growers and I'm going to do a tour of what's still outside and what damage happened to my orchids as I bring them in. So I had originally brought 50% of my orchids in when they had alerted me they were going to come and do the roof. But unfortunately, that was actually not what happened. They didn't actually show up for a week after I had brought my orchids inside. And I had orchids laying all over the ground inside because I thought they'd go in for a day since everyone else said it would only take 24 hours for my roof to be done. And so my orchids went inside. They were sitting all over the ground and on tables, and they were in pinto attack range. And then it took another 4 days for them to actually do the roof once they showed up. And then they had forgotten the gutters, as I said before. So I brought the orchids back outside, thinking that they would tell me and I would have time to bring them back in. But unfortunately, what they did is they just showed up one day about a week later to do the orchids. To do the root, to do the gutters. And so a bunch of my orchids got damaged. So you can see a lot of stuff has been knocked over. I'm still finding things that were damaged. My Penang Black Caesar got knocked over and the pot was broken and I had to repot it, and now I don't know if it's going to bloom. So I did get some orchids at the Chicagoland Orchid Festival last week, and I will do a quick semi-haul video. I only got 8 orchids total, 4 at Nat's and 4 at Hauserman's. At Nat's I mostly got these spatulate type dendrobiums that you can see here. There's 3 of them that we can see. I don't know if I can remember all the names. This one is Tiny Twister crossed to, I think, Johannes. Let's see. Yes, that's Tiny Twister crossed to Johannes. And then this one right here is Tiny Twister crossed to Discolor. You can see that the colors are really different on the 2 of them. Like this one's got a lot more bronze to it. And these are much more red right here. I don't know if you can see that. And then this really dark purple one here is a type that I have been looking for the last year. Like it has 4 spikes on it. A lot of the buds haven't opened yet. And that is Blue Twinkle crossed to Johannes. I really wanted something with Blue Twinkle in it. And this is called Siku Jesulin. The final orchid that I got at Nat's is another spatulate dendrobium, but it's not in bloom. It is Gyrac Antelope Scarlet, and Steve, who I basically went shopping with. My original plan for the Orchidland Fest was to take video around Steve shopping. We each got one of these and we got different cultivars or clones. So I got Scarlet and then he got Tangerine, and I'm hoping in a few years we'll be able to give each other divisions of our plants. So it was really kind of an orchid festival where I bought dendrobiums. I also got dendrobiums at Hauserman's. I got this right here. It's called Dragonfly, I think, and I got it for its variegation. I believe it is also a spatulate type dendrobium. I got a dendrobium serrala, which is very similar to Victoria Regina, which is what I like to say, though it's harder to grow supposedly. So I've had one of these before and it's died, and then everything is out here that I got at Hauserman's, except for Lepanthes. I got a Tentaculata caledictin cross that's inside by my kitchen sink so that I can keep it watered, because the one that I got from Equigenera is dead, and I mean it died like a day after it arrived. And then I got this right here. So I actually have this Parishii cross. So this is Parishii H.H. Huangi, and I got it 2 years ago from the Maui Orchid Whisperer, but it was really small. And also I got this one because the variegation is different, and I'm glad that I did, because when I got it, there were actually 2 plants in the pot when I unpotted it. The other one isn't variegated, and also when I came to mount it with my other one, I discovered that the one that I had originally pretty much looks like it's dead. So it's like a replacement. But the one that I got from Maui Orchid Whisperer has white edges on the variegation, and this one has yellow. This is also a lot bigger, as you can tell. So what else do I have outside that's in bloom? I have my Cuthbertsonii outside. Looks like all the blooming's done on it, but I did lose 3 sitting right here in the little graveyard. Cuthbertsonii hybrids. I lost my Nagomi and I think my 2 red Cuthbertsonii. I guess it just got way too hot for them. Unfortunately, Equigenera didn't look like they had any Cuthbertsonii for sale during the Orchid Festival, though I guess I could pre-order some. But I have 2 flasks of Cuthbertsonii, of which one is making it and the other one's mostly dead, and so I don't think I'm going to get any more Cuthbertsonii right now. The Illinois Orchid Society Fall Show is in 2 weeks now. It's not next weekend, but the weekend following, and I don't know that this Dendrobium samurai is going to make it. You can see that some of the flowers fading already, but it does have 3 spikes. I think it's been struck a few times during the whole roofing process because I've lost buds, but I'm hopeful it will make it to the show. Let's see, what else do I have that can make it to the show? I think this Miltoniopsis, I can't remember what it's called. It's got a new name. This used to be Miltasia Dark Star Darth Vader, but Miltasia is now moved to something else, like Odontonia or something like that. My Memoria Bernice Foster is probably not going to make it. It had 3 spikes. It went to the Milwaukee show, but I don't think it's going to make it to the iOS show. This is another Richard Mueller hybrid. This is Tropical Star across the Richard Mueller. This is also not going to make it. More things that are not going to make it to the show. This is a Hoku gem right here. It's almost done. You can tell by how yellow it is and how you can't really see the spots. I've got a goldfinch over here if I can get through. My butt scraping orchids. Goldfinch also went to the Milwaukee show. This did go to the Milwaukee show, but I don't think it's going to make it. This is my white Richard Mueller. I've got this Pulcherima, Doritis Pulcherima from Steve. That is, as you can tell, just sequentially blooming 1 flower at a time. This Cattleya brabante is still going, but it hasn't gone to any shows because, see, it's damaged right here across the flower, but you know, it's got a lot of substance and it's really holding on. Down here, this is something you don't see very often. I think I got this as a cross from, no, maybe I bought it at the iOS. Someone was just selling it. Anyways, this is Epidendrum stanfordandum crossed to jungle elf. And it gives you these tiny little flowers, right? The stanfordandum, but with the sort of orange patterning. It's not really spots of jungle elf. This hibiki is determined to keep blooming. It really doesn't have enough flowers on it. I'm not gonna take it to the show, though it will probably have, as you can tell here from these buds, a few flowers. My Encyclia cochleata is still blooming, and I may take it to the iOS show as filler. Related to it is this green hornet, which now is down to just one spike and 3 flowers. And then hidden right below it, here's a Howiara lava burst. And I have a whole bunch of lava bursts that I got as plugs that I will be trying to find new homes for at the iOS show. So I have a couple cattleyas in the really shady area that are coming into bloom. And I'll probably, I don't know, I have to decide whether I want to leave them out here or take them inside so that they can make it to the iOS show. This is Marie Nohava hollowed, I don't know, I always say hollowed, that I got from Hauserman's many years ago. I repotted, I think 2 years ago. It's a cluster bloomer. Often it's not ready for the iOS show. It's like in bud, but they're not open. But we'll try, hopefully. It's got 3 buds right here. It'll look nice. And then over here, if you can see this right here, I believe this is my Brian Wheeler grandson right here. Nope, I'm wrong. This is my Adolf Hecker Moby. It's a very old clone. I got it as a trade many years ago. Yeah. I've tried to get rid of it, but nobody wants to buy a large standard purple cattleya. Got another Hoku gem here that's opened up, and I'm gonna have to take a bunch of these inside to protect them because you can see that this one has been attacked by crickets. More cricket damage here, look at this. Or bugs of some kind, insects, nibbling. Here's Eldorado Sunset with just 1 flower. It's mounted, so it's above cricket attack level. Here's a flower of Richard Mueller-Croft. I think it's 50th anniversary. So it is usually nodosa season for me now. This nodosa's in bud. Not a great number of spikes, but I think I will try to take it inside to protect it from the cold so that it hopefully will make it to the show. Right underneath it, I have this 4N nodosa crossed to Ramar, and I am actually selling a bunch of seedlings that are on the same community pot as this at the show. What I love most about my orchids being outside is that I can water them with the hose. Once inside, it's really hard for me to water them since my grow space isn't a greenhouse and I have tile floors and I can't get them all wet. So I do try to leave my orchids out as long as possible, but I already have moved some inside, like all my Vanda Ascosenda types went in when the roofers were coming, and I just basically never brought them back out. So they're already inside. I will be leaving some cool growers like my Nobile Dendrobiums and this Coccinea and the Cuthbertsonii outside so that they can cool off. So already moved in is this Cattleya Pinata Surprise, which I don't think will make it to the iOS show, but I'm hopeful. So I brought it in when I saw that it was in bud, and so the buds would be knocked off. This George King Southern Cross I brought in, maybe too late because you can already see there's a little bit of damage to the back of the petals. But I have a bunch of Cattleyas in, half seedlings, This Telumnia, which looks like it's recovering from having gone to Milwaukee where it got crushed. I've got a little Cattleya here. This is Angel Eyes crossed to Suncoast Sunspots. Sorry. And I don't know if it'll make it. The flowers on this are so small. Look at that. Look at how tiny those flowers are. I have a lot of seedlings down here. These are all from all the community pots that I took apart and flasks. I had to build a caging system around them to keep Pinto off of them. I brought in most of my Catasetum types already, and you can see since these are on the floor, Pinto's going after the foliage, but thankfully, you know, they all lose their leaves anyway, so it doesn't matter if Pinto chews on them. I've got a Habenaria Medusa that's coming into bloom. I hope that it makes it to the show. And then I have two Yangji apples here. So Yangji apple is basically the same as Addicted Philip, except that you use the Anedum variety of Adductum. So I have two of them. Let's see the other one right here. I don't think these are really award quality, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep them. And I hope that they'll make it to the show. So here are all my Vanda types. This is not their permanent home. They're just hanging here right now while I'm getting stuff in. These are the ones that didn't come back in. So you can see the Symphidania metrata is suffering. I don't know what happened, but basically the tips of the spikes right here just shriveled up when I brought it in. I don't know if it's a change between hot and cold. My grow space in here is about 95 degrees right now, and I want to say the nights are about 60 outside, and maybe the change is just too much. But this is what I've got in so far, including my favorite Guatemalensis up there and some bulbophyllums, which really want to be very, very warm. But the detriment to this is, of course, it's really, really hard to water, and it takes a lot more time since I can't use the hose.